little video to wrap it up with the man himself, David Ramsey.
If you want to win with money, let me give you a good idea. Figure out what most people are doing and run in the other direction.
Just speed him up because he's slow.
Run in the other direction. Most people are broke. Most people look good, and they're broke. They spend more than they have coming in. They don't act their wage. They don't live on a plan. They don't agree on spending with their spouse. Their only hope for retirement is that the government, which is well known for its ability to handle money, will take care of them. They don't have money set aside for emergencies. They run credit card debt and student loans and car debt all day, every day. They spend like they're in Congress. Most people are stupid when it comes to money. 70% of Americans are living paycheck to paycheck. The bankruptcy rate is at an all-time high, and foreclosures are rising again. Credit card.
Okay, so now we have the master himself. Those other three, they were easy to kick, but now Dave's got he's been doing this for 30, 40 years, right? He's got this down. He knows how to do this game. All right, what are we doing? Blame the government for a lot of stuff. Always good, right? Conservative audience is mostly what he's got.
It's also, no matter what side of the aisle, it's easy to get people angry at the government.
Sure. On top of that, we can go, okay, well, wait a second. Most people are broke. 70% of people can't live within their means, blah, 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 blah. So if you're one of those people, you're a total fuck up. You need to be listening to me. And if you're one of those people that follows me and still lives like that because you can't get out of it for some reason, or that's the circumstance you're stuck in, well, that's not my fault. That's you because you're being stupid. See? So he's covered it on both sides. Right? He's covered his scam on both sides. The other thing about it is you can bitch about all these other little things, but it's now he's gish galloping with all these other little things about, well, people can't say this or that, or the government's stupid with money, or blah, blah, blah. So now we've covered, 12 different issues in a few seconds. Right? So there's no way to address anyone individually. Even if we were to address just what he did, us right now, it would take us at least 15 minutes.
Sure.
Right? So it's a gish gallop. It's a debate technique, which is you just throw a bunch of shit out at the other person so they can't respond.
Attack 1,000 different things because they can't defend all of them.
Right. Death by a million cuts. That's all it is.
Mm-hmm.
So Dave's really good at that. But it's still the same game, which is you need to listen to me. So even with the gish gallop and all that, he does stay on point. And the one point is you need to be listening to me, Dave Ramsey. He's good at this. Don't get me wrong. He's not a stupid guy, but this is how he's made his money.
Our debt continues to climb, and we have $1 trillion in student loan debt out there. The average car payment in America today now is $496 over 84 months. That's stupid. Normal in America is broke and stupid. You don't want to be normal.
Oh, that's where she got that. Okay. That's a good sales point, actually, when you think about it. Normal is broke and stupid. Abnormal, smart is me. I think I actually picked that out before. But that's the point, right? But it always comes back to you need to listen to me. This is where your money and your attention needs to be. This is this game, kids. It's not that hard.
You want to be weird. One of the greatest compliments you can get on this show is if you call up and I say, man, you're weird. I'm looking at weird people. You guys are weird, which means that you're contrary. You are a contrarian. You are perpendicular to the culture. When the culture has lost its way, the best thing you can do is be opposite. Figure out whatever they're doing and do the other thing, right? Because you're only going to get what they're getting when you do what they're doing. This is not hard to figure out. If you keep doing what you've been doing, you're going to keep getting what you've been getting. You do reap what you sow. You live in a cause and effect world, baby. There's no way around this. So your goal, when I went broke, I realized my goal is to be weird. My goal is to be different. And personal finance is 80% behavior. It's only 20% head knowledge. So this is not some math formula that you got a problem with. This is a person in your mirror. I figured out if I can make the guy in my mirror behave, he can be skinny and rich. He's got issues. And once we realize that...
It's a script. It's the same script we hear every time, over and over. Be weird. 80% behavior, 20% head knowledge. Because your behavior is not at all related to what you know. It's all bullshit. That's the thing. It's so great because it's all meaningless platitudes. Who's the guy? Daniel Dennett. I don't know if you're familiar with him. He was a philosopher. He had this. He coined this phrase. It's really great. It's called the deepity, right? And I think he stole it from his niece. But the idea is a deepity is something that sounds profound, but when you think about it for 5 seconds, isn't. Right? And you can spot it easily. And he points this out. You can spot it because to the point that it's true, it's trivial. And to the point that it's interesting, it's false. Right? Give you a great example. Finance is 80% behavior and 20% head knowledge. Well, to the point that's true is, well, your behavior is going to dictate what happens to you in a lot of sense, right? I mean, not totally. There are other factors, but your behavior is going to be a big factor.
These percentages he's absolutely making up, but the point that the behavior counts is valid.
Sure, but to the point that that's true, it's a trivial fact. Right? Of course it is. Right? It's trivial. We all know that. Now, to the point where it's intriguing, well, it's 80% and 20% head knowledge, which means it's more about what you do and less about what you know. Well, that's bullshit, because if you don't know anything, you're going to make bad decisions. Or you're more likely to. Right? Or if your knowledge is wrong, you're definitely going to make bad decisions. So to the point that it's intriguing as a statement, it's bullshit. That's what we call a deepity. To the point it's true, it's trivial, intriguing, it's false. It sounds profound, but it's really stupid when you think about it for 4 seconds. But it sells. And the fact is he rambles it off with a bunch of other shit. So if we sit there and we label up like 10 deepities together, right? Now you're like, oh, that sounds really intriguing because you never have the chance to stop and pick them out one at a time.
Sure.
Like I said, he's good at this. It's a game, right? But this is the sales pitch.
He's been doing it for 30 years. He should have gotten good at it by now.
Yeah, well, but at this point, it's not even that. It's so much. It's a script that he has that he's memorized over and over and over again. I've got all these sayings, all these things. Attack the government. The 20% head knowledge. Don't be normal. He's got a bunch of these things that he just spits out, rapid fire. And it sounds good until you analyze it for fucking 30 seconds. And then you realize this guy's full of shit.
Behavior is what causes people to handle their money poorly or handle it well. Then what we've got to decide is our behaviors. And if you have the same behaviors as broke people have, when it comes to money, you're going to have the same results broke people have. You're just going to be another broke person.
I want to qualify that for a second. Sorry, I just want to qualify that for a second. So the idea that if you have the behavior of a broke person, you're going to end up broke. I'm sorry, didn't Elon Musk just lose $200 billion? And yet he's still worth over $150 billion. Yeah, so no, that's bullshit. That's just a simple example. But I know a lot of rich people who throw money around like they're fucking idiots. And they're still going to be fucking rich when they die.
Because they started off with more or already had more in some manner.
Right.
Yeah.
And I know a lot of people that are poor, they're broke people, that work their asses off and save all their pennies, and they're really responsible. But then, that one medical debt comes up, or they have to fucking fix their car or something, and now they're in the shit again.
Right.
So this is bullshit. It's an income issue. It's not a intelligence issue at that point.
$1,000 a year and you're broke. You got no money at all. You got a mess. Loans coming out your ears. Can't breathe. You run like a rat in a wheel, have a heart attack and die, and wonder what happened. This is no way to live. Buying things you can't afford with money you don't have to impress people you don't really like. Some of you spend an unbelievable amount of money on a car payment to impress somebody at a stoplight you will never.
All right. And I kind of want to end with that point there, because that is my favorite part. So the point is, look, I know you're stressed. You're broke. You're out there. I feel you. I feel you, Lace. I feel you. You're out there. You're stressed. You're broke. Things are tough. I'm gonna pull the mic in close, and you can't save money, and you're spending too much. And where are you gonna turn? Oh, anyway, I have a book to sell you, and you should buy my program. You should come to my seminar. It's only like $5,000. And you know where I've heard these speeches before? You ever watch evangelicals on television? Send me money. I need a plane to preach the word of the Lord. If you seed the money, it'll come back to you. Max out your credit card to donate money to me.
Didn't Phil Collins write a song about that?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like he did.
Yeah. It's the whole thing. It's the evangelical scam. And he's got it down. He's got it down. That's why most of his...
I feel like we should be playing that Phil Collins song right now.
I can't remember which one it is, but...
There is a Phil Collins song like that, I'm sure.
Yeah. But that's what it is. And that's the point. And that was the whole argument, right? It's better on this side of the fence. All you got to do is listen to me and give me your money. That's the scam. And it does happen in finance. You don't see it really. Sometimes you see it on like the advisor level. You don't really see it with the fiduciaries because, they can get in a lot of trouble and get fined a lot of money. So they don't do that typically. But when you see it on like television or YouTube or you're watching, and this is the whole point of the whole reason we started this show, boys and girls, was part of this was we worked in this industry. We watch this shit sometimes on TV or we hear it on the radio and we're going, how is this fucking legal? That you can talk to people like this. I mean, it's one of those things where we're sitting there. We actually, when we first talked about doing this show, that was what the question was. Who told these people they had the right to work with others? Because they fucking don't. They're con artists. It's bullshit. He has no personal financial training. None. And yet, for 30 plus years, he's been pulling the same scam. And people get hurt by his financial advice because it's not good. He puts people at high risk in a lot of situations. But it's a good show, isn't it? He's got a good pace to how he talks to make it sound more intelligent and sincere. He does. He has the fucking Captain Kirk cadence.
Not the Captain Kirk cadence. I mean, I love me some Star Trek. Let's be real. I like Star Trek a lot, but
it's that pause. Lacey, you have to wait because it's important, so you're intrigued. Yeah, that's what he does. That's why I play him faster, because when you play him a little bit faster, all that shit goes away. The theatrics go away.
right.
Plus, I don't want to sit here for fucking 5 minutes.
we want to keep our show a little bit shorter than it would be if we played him at regular speed.
Right.
Let's be honest.
The other thing is we like to be honest. We don't want to bullshit you. We're just telling you. But that's the game. So at the end of the day, that's the big con that you run into in finance. When somebody's promising that they're going to make you rich, they're probably full of shit. You know? You need to look at it. I mean, it could be, I'm going to make you rich because I'm going to hire you and pay you a shit ton of money. Oh, well, that might be valid.